I know you are going to find this incredibly difficult to believe, but accusations of bullying have been levelled at 2GB radio presenter Ray Hadley. During an interview with government frontbencher Scott Morrison yesterday, the shock jock tried to get him to swear on the Bible.
Now, it was to prove that he hadn't lied about his support for Abbott, and it wasn't received very well, as you can imagine.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Ray, I'm not going to use my faith for a stunt for your program. No, mate, it is. No, Ray, with great respect, I don't appreciate you bringing religion and faith into this discussion. I'm a man of my... Ray, I'm a man of my word, and if you can't accept that, mate, then that's your problem. It's not mine.
Mate, so is Ray Hadley bullying Scott Morrison? We have two of our mates here joining us to discuss All-Stars ABC radio presenter Richard Glover.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
And news director of Southern Cross Australia, Deborah Clay. Good morning to you.
18 times he used the word mate in that interview.
You know, it's my favourite use of the word mate when it means completely opposite to
It depends on how many A's it's got in it. When it's
mate.
And isn't that a sign that things are going south in the office, when people start calling you mate?
Yes.
The shorter the mate, the more sincere it is.
Richard, what did you make of this interview?
Look, I think to be fair to Ray Hadley, it is fair enough to go in tough on an interview like that, and he got a scoop out of that partly because he went in so tough on the loyalty question that Scott Morrison, in a way, was forced to make this big revelation, which was that Tony Abbott had offered him the Treasurer's job, and to quote Scott Morrison, had offered to throw Joe Hockey under a bus.
Pity that bus.
That was a genuine used scoop. The Bible stuff, though, that's not on, I don't think. And I think Scott Morrison's right. You don't bring someone's faith into it. And religion is, for people who believe in it, religion is a serious business. It's not something to have a little rating stunt about.
And he is very religious, Scott Morrison.
Yeah, it's genuine. It's a genuine thing.
Something he takes really seriously, isn't it? It was just that moment because they've got this professional rapport. They've done interviews before, and then all of a sudden you could just feel it going into the very private realm, and Scott Morrison was saying, well, sorry, I'm all up for the media circus, I'll turn up with my hard hat, but I'm not going to stand here and start talking to you about my religion.
So is this the line in the radio interview? Sure, go in hard, but go in hard on the public aspect of the issue, on the policy. You know, we've seen, for example, in the past, Alan Jones going in very tough on Malcolm Turnbull, and it became very, very personal, you might remember.
Yes.
Can I begin by asking you if you could say after me this: as a senior member of the Abbott government, I want to say here I am totally supportive of the Abbott hockey strategy for budget repair.
Alan, I am not going to take dictation from you. The problem with you is you like dishing it out, but you don't like...
You have no hope ever of being the leader. You've got to get that into your head. No hope ever.
Okay, so
that was a great prediction.
No hope ever.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Where's the rerun of that?
I think the other big difference is that, really tough, and I'm not a particularly good example of this. I don't think I'm a very good political interviewer or a tough political interview, but we've got people on the ABC like John Fain on Melbourne radio, absolutely tough as nails, mind like a steel trap. But even so, he's not at the centre of things. The guest is at the centre of things, and the idea of the interview is to put the spotlight on the guest and the guest's attitudes. You see with Alan Jones there, it's really... The guest doesn't need to be there.
No.
Well, that's
all about
And there's this whole public discourse about whether they're telling the truth. So in Alan Jones just there, and also in Ray Hadley, they're trying to say, are you lying? And he's using the Bible in trying to prove the fact. He says, I think that you're lying. But is there some information that we might want to know? So in the case of the secret ballot, I want to know. In a voyeuristic way, I want to know who lined up with who. But should I know about that? So you look at what's happened recently with Ashley Madison, the hacking scandal, and you've got people logging onto websites and trying to find out whether their work colleagues cheated on their spouse.
But as Richard said, there was actually a genuine scoop out of that interview.
Yeah,
so
look, fair enough. But that's the difference, isn't it? Be as tough as you like, but don't bring religion into it, and try not to make the whole thing about yourself.
Yes, well, that's the difference between the ABC radio and commercial radio.
On 702. Look, very
commercial radio.
Another topic. Prime Minister Tony Abbott, unfortunately, hosted his old school reunion last night.
Not unfortunate for the old Ignatians.
Well, no, great for them. Embarrassing, totes orcs.
It's unfortunate, isn't it? Because I would have imagined that all this was organised prior, but as the week has transpired, I mean, really, you could have done a little, TBC in your diary for that one, I would have thought.
I don't reckon you just throw a massive bash just to round it out,
right.
break some windows, throw some furniture, spill some red wine
And
on
look,
the
they can
carpet.
see Turnbull's house from there, because you can see Turnbull's house from everywhere.
He's downsizing.
It's like West Egg and East Egg, isn't it? He's been looking across the harbour.
He's the only person in Australia to downsize by moving into the lodge.
Yeah. He could perhaps
Tony Abbott saw the camera, he was backing off.
between one and the other via speedboat. Thank you
You're
so
turning
much.
into a bully. You really
I know.
You
better watch out.
Swear on the Bible, I'm a bully. Go on.
What are we going to get you to swear on, Rich?
A copy of John Maynard Keynes' General Theory of Economics. Would be appropriate for a treasurer.